Chappelle, man, he's looking buff. He's got like 15 pounds of fucking 20 pounds of muscle on himself, man, compared to the last time we've been seeing him. But all right, sorry about that tangent there. We move on. Fourth fight of the main card here, featherweight Arnold Allen, hometown hero, versus Makwan Amirkhani. Sort of a controversial decision here. Arnold Allen beats Amirkhani, split decision. One judge giving it to Amirkhani 29-28, and then two judges giving it to Arnold Allen 30-27. I don't know how much controversy they're talking about. Let me look this up on Google real quick. You know, just looking at it for what it was, I find it pretty difficult. Yeah, I find it pretty difficult to think that Arnold Allen won that first round. That was clearly an Amirkhani round. I think the second round you could have went one way or the other, but I think that was pretty. I went with Amirkhani on that one too. It was just really in hindsight that I thought about it that you might be able to go with Arnold Allen. And then the third round was close as well, but I think Arnold Allen won that round. But and that one actually I guess was about as close as the first round. So I don't think you could really. I think a 30-27 score either way is ridiculous. Like I said, I scored it the same as the first judge, 29-28 Amirkhani. I gave him rounds 1 and 2. Arnold Allen gets a third round. Man, Amirkhani had some sick fucking jiu-jitsu. I mean, he looked way better than Arnold. That's part of the reason why like it's tough for me to see how you could get like he looked like he was much more skilled than Arnold Allen was. I mean, Allen had good moments and stuff like that, but Amirkhani was doing unorthodox submission, unorthodox. He did a takedown where he was behind. They were basically sitting. So Arnold was basically sitting on his ass, but he was like kind of up a little bit. And Amirkhani was behind him, close to. I mean, he could have wrapped his legs and had like a back position, but he literally slid his foot completely under in one move, Arnold Allen's body, and kicked his foot from clear the fuck on the other side of him, out from under him, and then pulled him backwards and flipped him over for a takedown. That Arnold Allen actually reversed, but it got reversed again. But my point being, though, it was massively high level. I think he's a purple belt under Firas Zahabi in jiu-jitsu, but massively high level grappling from Amirkhani. I think that he won that fight. I don't know. Congratulations to Arnold Allen, though. We'll see what comes for either of them. Allen looked good. He has good hands, and he has actually great, or not great, but very good grappling defense as well. He was in 5-6 different submission attempts, and he got out of all of them. And so that's obviously it was something that's not that easy. With somebody who looked as good as Amirkhani did that night. That's something to behold as well. I just don't like the decision. Split decisions though, they're always tough. In London, of course, Arnold Allen is from England. Amirkhani, I think, is Swedish, originally Iranian or something, then Swedish, and then now he fights out of Ireland with Straight Blast. 30-27, two judges had that 30-27. I thought Amirkhani, at the end of the fight even, like after the fight is over, if you ask me who's a better fighter, I would tell you Makwan Amirkhani is better than Arnold Allen. So, I mean, the fact that you think it was 30-27, two judges kind of brings some skepticism. But again, judging is hard as fuck. I keep saying that all the time. Some of these I don't even want to judge. I hate watching them. I hate watching them because I don't want to have to fucking pick who wins out of those. I love when they end in a finish. But either way, damn good bout. That was interesting. All four of the main event bouts were good fights, which is one of the rare things recently. This was a really good put together event for UFC. Especially coming off some of the more recent UFC events where the hyped one, the Woodley versus the Thompson, ends somewhat what a lot of people consider to be lacklusterly. To have some clear finishes or at least a very, very good scrap like this one that ends in a split decision. And you can't hate too terribly bad either way it goes. Yeah. But yeah, this is a great match, a great bout here. Really enjoyed it. All right, we move on to the prelims. There's two fights I want to talk about on the preliminary card only. One of them was one of the ones I broke down, so we'll talk about it right now at the lightweight division. Joe Duffy taking on Reza Madadi, excuse me. Obviously, Joe Duffy from Ireland. Straight blast jam. Reza Madadi is another Iranian-Swedish feller. Where is he fighting out of? Stockholm, right? Yeah, All-Stars in Stockholm, is that correct? Yes. Okay. It was a really good fight. Joe Duffy looked fucking good, man. His kick game is great. His wrestling game is great. His boxing is outstanding. How is he not ranked? What is going on here? I mean, he's like 18-2. I feel like he should, and he has that win over Conor McGregor, for fuck's sakes, man. I feel like even though that was like 5 years ago in a totally different organization, I feel like you should be chomping at the bit to call that something bad. Other than that, he doesn't have a ton of fucking, even Madadi, a unanimous decision. Sorry, I should have said this. He won unanimous decision 30-27. All three scorecards had that. It's pretty clear. But how about that submission last summer? That was fucking sick. That rear naked choke of Mitch Clark. Unfortunately, lost the unanimous to Dustin Poirier. Yeah, I guess the rankings are a little bit tough. We have Iaquinta there at 14, Melendez at 13. I'd like to see Joe versus Gil, though. That'd be a good fight. Gilbert Melendez versus Joe Duffy. Poirier's at 9, for fuck's sake, so it's not like it would be that big of a stretch. Just fought Poirier. Even Dariush. Dariush looked really good, though. I'd actually rather see him fight somebody better, like a Chiesa. So give me like an Evan. Dunham looked good, too. I don't know. Tough to say. But yeah, good win there for Joe Duffy. Madadi looked good as well. He didn't look bad. Duffy just really looked like he could outclass him. Great boxing. Literally a very good boxer, Joe Duffy is. Underrated. Great kick game. Decent wrestling game. Pretty good for European, I guess. Yeah, so I mean, I'm interested to see what happens with Joe Duffy. Let's see him versus a Beneil Dariush. That'd be an alright fight. Let's see him versus a motherfucking, whatever I just said, right? Versus a fucking Gilbert Melendez or an Evan Dunham. Alrighty. Good victory there, though. Congrats, Joe Duffy. And one other fight. This was the performance of the motherfucking night. Mark Jacasey versus Teemu Packalén. This dude is the most athletic person in the UFC. I'll say that right now. I don't know who second is, but this guy's unquestionably the most athletic dude in the UFC. Mark Jacasey comes out with the most I'm talking the most dynamic / powerful kicking game. I mean, we're talking about spinning kicks to the body, like rupturing spinning kicks to the body. Multiple stuff. He wins by a KO, one of the nastiest KOs I've ever seen, 30 seconds into the fight. After he had already landed like 5 completely weird strikes. And he's a great breakdancer. After the fight, he does these fucking ridiculous breakdancing moves. Ripped out of all hell. Ripped out of all beyond belief. Literally, he stiffens him up as a board, man. His overhand right knockout punch lands basically on like the temple again, or like the bridge of the face, and literally stiffens him the fuck up. It takes him a second and a half, 2 seconds to hit the fucking ground. Ref immediately between them. Still stiff. I mean, he was stiff for 20 seconds. Completely stiff for 20 seconds. One of the most vicious knockouts I've seen in a long fucking time. More vicious than Manuel Corey Anderson. It was, which was great. That would have been the knockout of the night on a regular. I mean, he face planted a dude with one of those second-winded shots. This, though, Jacasey, I am fucking stoked to see where this goes. This was, to me, performance of the night. I'm a massive Mark Jacasey fan now. KO of the night, everything. He did get the performance of the night. Zero Fight of the Night awards. Manuel, Gunnar Nelson, Marlon Vera, and Jacasey all get performance of the night, $50,000 bonuses, and that's because those were the 4 finishes of the fight. Everything else went to decision. Yeah, that was a pretty sweet card, though. Really fucking enjoyed that one. And it was so good that they're going to give us, a 3-week break until UFC 210, Cormier versus Rumble 2. Everybody's already talked about how this is the worst poster of all time. It makes Cormier look like some kind of tiny bitch, and Rumble like he's some kind of fucking vicious monster. He's all painted in red and shit. It's kind of weird. But that fight's going to be fucking awesome. I like Cormier. I notice a lot of people are going towards Johnson, Rumble Johnson in that fight. I still like Cormier. Let's actually look up and see if they have the odds for the fight right now at betonline.ag. Dead even odds, -110 for either of them. I think Rumble was a -115 a couple of days ago. Look at that. Gegard Mousasi. They have him called Gerard Mousasi. They have him called... You better not put a bet on Gerard Mousasi to beat Chris Weidman, I tell you what. Because that shit's not going to happen. But Gegard Mousasi, a -111, -109 for Chris Weidman. Basically the same exact odds there, too. That's pretty sweet. Man, we have some dope odds. Look at this. Early betting odds on Stipe Miocic JDS. May 13th, Miocic, -175. Dos Santos, +150. Interesting there. How about July 31st, allegedly? Has this actually been set? Michael Bisping, GSP for the 185 title. GSP coming in at -155. That's pretty fucking interesting. I think I might like... I mean, that's not a big spread, but I kind of like Michael Bisping in that shit. Anyway, those are interesting. So I guess what I'm saying is we got like 3 weeks till we have another UFC event. That also is going to have Gegard Mousasi, as I said, Cynthia Calvillo, Pearl Gonzalez, Thiago Alves, Patrick Cote, Will Brooks, Charles Oliveira. So that'll be good. We got a Pat Cummings, Jan Blachowicz fight on this one. Anything else that's Miles Jury, Mike Della Torre, that's cool. I guess that's about it. There's some other good fights too, but those are probably the ones that we'll be talking about, and that's going to be in 3 weeks. Pretty damn good there. I'm super interested in seeing that. I think we don't have, speaking more MMA, do not think we have any Bellator coming up soon either. Let me check this. Yeah, they're giving us, let's see, a week and a half? What the fuck is that? March 31st? Yeah, it's a Friday. Okay, so next weekend, I guess, we have Rampage versus King Mo 2. That's going to be fucking dope. Oh, God, is that going to be fucking awesome. So, I mean, that gives us a week off as far as the Bellator is concerned. We are done with MMA for a week. We will have a Bellator, or not a Bellator, a Glory 39 Belgium breakdown here later today or tomorrow. But this is going to wrap up the MMA talk for the week, which brings us forward into probably the more interesting fight talk of the weekend. Some boxing news, a great card. Madison Square Garden Triple G versus Daniel Jacobs. A pretty damn interesting fight there. And then Chocolatito, Roman Gonzalez versus, what's his name? Srisaket Sorumvisai. Fucking hard-ass name to pronounce. We'll call him Srisaket. I heard some other people call him SSR. I kind of like that name, but we'll give him a little bit of respect and try to call him by this given name, or this chosen name, actually. This given name is something completely different. Great fucking fight there as well. Where should we start? Let's start with Triple G, because he's the bigger name. So a good fight here. A controversial fight, to say the least. Golovkin, we'll just start with the decision. It did go to a decision, a unanimous decision victory for... Was it a unanimous decision? What was the scorecards here? Let me look at this up. Yeah, it was unanimous. It was 2 judges had it 115, 112. One of them had it 114, 113. Let's see. He knocked down. It was because of one knockdown. So 2 of them gave it 7-5, and then one of them gave it a tied 6-6 plus the knockdown for Golovkin. I thought it was probably a 7. I think 114 to 1 or 115 to 112 is probably accurate. I could see though the 114, 113. When I was watching it, I was wondering if Jacobs was actually winning the fight. A lot of people say that he outboxed Gennady Golovkin, and actually at the end of the fight, the announcers and the commentators, they actually expected the decision to go in favor of Daniel Jacobs, excuse me. The thing about it is, Golovkin definitely landed the power shots. He had the knockdown, and there was some good power shots, a couple landed by Daniel Jacobs, but the majority of them, the best 8 to 10 shots were landed by Golovkin. And so we can start with that. And then if you look at the CompuBox statistics as well, the total punches report here had 200 and what